So what is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. I didn't expect this one here, but it looks like the federal government could end up taking over the California Department of Transportation over this heavy trucks rule temporarily, and also end smog checks. Yep. Yeah, guys, welcome on back to TK's Garage, and it's looking like the Federal Department of Transportation could be taking over CalDOT, or the California Department of Transportation, at least temporarily. Part of it is the Department of Motor Vehicles in the state of California is following illegal laws or rules that are currently being proposed or currently trying to be enforced by the California Air Resource Board and the Bureau of Automotive Repair. What does that mean? Well, they're doing these unnecessary diesel checks, smog checks. They're pulling up at weigh stations, interfering in interstate commerce is what the Department of Transportation is calling it, and interfering in federal authority. Now, I was done doing videos today, but when I saw this stuff come out from Sean Duffy's office, that there could be a temporary takeover or a suspension of California being able to do its own DMV heavy duty truck, inspections, things of that nature. I was like, that's extremely interesting. If you didn't know, in full backstory, the Department of Justice filed a lawsuit against the state of California specifically for this. The rules, the waivers that California was using to make up these rules and laws to try to force these electric semi-trucks, electric cars, extensive checks, was invalidated. It was removed, and those waivers are no longer in effect for the state of California. So California continuing to go the route that it's going currently violates federal law. This is nothing new for the state of California. They violate federal law. They feel like they could just do whatever they want. We just happen to have an administration that's in power right now that's not going to allow them to do that. I think this looks really bad for Gavin Newsom if the feds come in and do take over the CalDOT. If they come in and take over the California Department of Transportation, the DMV, have oversight over the Bureau of Automotive Repair, it's going to look really bad for Newsom, and any idea of him running in 2028 is out the window. There's just so many irons in the fire right now that are going to screw him politically, between the refineries that are closing, potentially $8 to $12 gas is what they were estimating before the end of the year, meaning 2025. All of this stuff compounding before he leaves office just shows, could you imagine what would happen if that guy got an opportunity to run the country? Oof, it wouldn't be good at all. But what could happen? There's a couple different things in the fire. So the Department of Justice has also filed with their lawsuit against the state of California for some injunctions against the state, keeping them from being able to enforce these rules, which, by the way, I am reading that would also temporarily suspend smog checks. Now, two things happen where smog checks go completely out the window. If the feds come in and take over the DOT and the rules that be with it, you're not going to see these diesel motorhomes having to be, checked every, 4 times a year. You're not going to see semi trucks having to do that, having to put on this prohibitive equipment, all of this crap. The feds aren't going to do that. They're just going to issue registrations and keep people moving. Okay. I can't believe I'm saying I want the federal government to take over something from a state, but we're talking about California here. Ugh. It will be interesting to see what happens. it could happen either way. It could happen by the DOT completely taking it over. It could also happen by an injunction due to the lawsuit from the Department of Justice against the state of California. Either way, you could have emissions freedom in terms of smog checks even before HR 4117 goes into this budget bill, and even before the endangerment finding gets its resolution here as the comment period is about to end. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Would you be excited for the feds to come in and basically put boot to ass to the state of California when it comes to these prohibitive environmental rules? Or do you think maybe the federal government is overstepping? I'm saying that because I know that the liberal retards are going to jump in my comments and start going, that way I can just be like, eggplant emoji, get them up out of here. But like I said, I'm not a fan of the federal government coming in and taking over any states, anything. I'm not pro that. But California is a special case. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm on my 7th cup of coffee this morning. And Ram 1500 giveaway is still going until the end of the month. We have a Ram 1500 Laramie. It's loaded. It's extremely gorgeous. If you hadn't seen it, we've done videos on it here on the channel. And we have the Cadillac STS. Both are pinned. If you don't follow me on Instagram at TK's Garage, go follow me on Instagram. You can see both of the vehicles posted over there. The Cadillac, I believe, is pinned on the profile. But first place gets to pick between the Cadillac and the Ram. Second place gets whatever's left. Very simple to enter by going to tksgarage.com or picking any of the merch down here below the screen. $1 equals 1 entry. That's it. Anyways, until next time, thank you guys very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And as always, stay petty, my friends.